Hey guys, welcome back to Judo Highlights, and today we're looking at the top Ippons from 2020. It's going to be a lot of great Ippons, a lot of unique throws, big, powerful throws. Just like this Taotoshi into Otsugari combination here. Gets Muki defending and goes in the right direction. Incredible. Up next, a giant Seoi Toshi. So dropping down to his knees, but still a lot of strength, a lot of power in his legs. Get some incredible lift and drive there. One more angle. So both hands on one side and complete control of his opponent. And he knows he's done something great there. And now we've got a fabulous Uchimata by Igor Mikov of Russia. So he goes in once for a little stab, can't quite get it, and then readjusts, goes again. Incredible strength and balance. And coming up we've got another display of some amazing balance. So just defending the Oshigari and Uchimata, then comes across for an amazing Sode. Apparently this was the first Ippon of the Hungary Grand Slam. Doesn't get more textbook than this. Ippon Seoi Nage. Pushes down with the left hand and then lifts up. Gets underneath and incredible drive. Flat on her back, and Yoko Ono has one of the best Ippons of the year. Now this is a personal favorite of mine. Just a really low driving Otsugari. Took him completely by surprise. Next up is Molai. So he's got an incredible Sasai here. Stabs the left foot in. It's left versus right. He's got a lot of grips underneath so he can push up and get elevation. Good rotation, great Ippon. And here's another favorite of mine, Tani Otoshi. I used to do it a lot back in the day when you could grab the leg, but don't see it much these days. Beautiful Ippon. We've got Bobanov. You don't see him doing Uranage much, but another skill in his toolbox. Here we have Kim with a Ashiguruma. Lovely deep grip around the back and around the neck. Now, I have no idea what this technique is called. If anyone can let me know in the comments, that would be great. As we check out this lovely Harai Goshi, very classic, nice stepping entry. Next up, Harai Makikomi by Tarayev from Uzbekistan, who is under the tutelage of Iliadis at the moment. Now there's not much happening here, it's just good, clean technique, going in with speed and power. Next up is something a little strange. Goes in for the Harai Goshi, but looks like he's going to get turned over and somehow manages to keep control and finish the technique, but great Ippon there. And here we have the world champion, Reloaded. Now we will call this Ashiguruma. As you'll see in the next angle, just how she gets the foot right on the knee there. Now here's another unique throw that's come about because of the rule changes. So it doesn't go to newaza, and he is able to pick up his opponent and just dump him essentially with a hugely powerful Uchimata.
Back to him. Well. Oh, superb from Masias.
Here we have Basili getting thrown by a lovely Kosoto. Now the Swedish judoka actually triples up his attack. He attacks the left leg of Fabio 3 times. You'll see it here. So 1, 2, 3, and finally gets him on the 3rd time. Incredible Ippon. But Fabio is an incredible judoka on his own, and here we see an incredible driving Otsugari. Very deep grips around the armpits. So a great counter here to the Kochigari with a Kosoto Gake. And here we have the Armenian again with a lovely Uranage. Not quite sure what happened to his opponent, but I hope he's okay. And we're in big boy territory here with Kim from Korea. His opponent goes around the back, and just as he does, he goes in for a huge Haraigoshi. At the finals now with Shiraz Dishvili, the huge Koshiwaza against Nagasawa from Japan. Secures the gold, Paris Grand Slam. Next up we've got Haga from Japan, and this is his incredible Uchimata. Gasimov is showing his frustration here because he's been thrown by this, I want to say 3 or 4 times now, but the techniques that you know are coming but still work are, you know they're good techniques. Zantaraya now, and he's locking up the arm. He's turned into quite the Newaza specialist of late. So he's isolated the arm, and now he just waits for his opponent to defend it so he can throw the legs over the face. Secures the armbar. Here we have one of the biggest upsets of the year, where Kageura had just beaten Teddy Raniere in the semi-finals, and then Grohl takes the gold medal from him with this great Kochigari. They score it as a Wazari at first, but they go to the video, and as you can see, flat on his back, great Ippon. Next up we've got Nagiyama vs Kim. Nagiyama goes in for his Seoi Nage like usual, but this time around he's gonna go in for what they call a Katsugi Waza in Japan. I don't think it's a very common technique reference outside of Japan, but him and Abe, it's not a traditional Morote Seoi Nage, it's kind of a wrapping of the gi around the shoulder. Now I do love myself some Newaza, and here we have Cassie, Belgium. Now his opponent defends the Tomoe Nage, but falls straight into an armbar, and just a beautiful transition right there. If you're like me, you probably find yourself in this position quite a lot, but I'm really not sure how he just gets in here, gets the lift, gets under his opponent. Quite amazing, really. Now it is classified as an Uchimata, but I don't want to call it an Uchimata, it's just an incredible technique. Goes in straight and then rotates instead of rotating at the beginning. Now, we had a Otsugari from Basili, but this one is a little bit different. Gets lots of reactions, lots of feints, and then real control of the head to drive him in the opposite direction. Here we have Igor Nikov from Russia again, and showing once again that he has incredible balance and strength, where he's able just to kind of plant the leg, find his footing, and eventually he'll get you over given enough time. Another angle, fabulous Uchimata. Alright, next up we've got Flicker from Israel, and a lovely Tayatoshi there in front of his home crowd. So he's just watching his opponent, following his direction, turning in at the right time. And here we have a lovely Ashiguruma from his teammate. Now if you pay attention, you'll see that he's got a grip on the belt, which helps him get the rotation needed for this technique. Next we've got a Uchimata Skushi.
Oh, wow.
And this looks like a normal
Wow,
Uchimata
wow.
Skushi, but when we
To
slow
keep
it
that level
down,
of
you'll
concentration.
see that he goes in for a Sasai right there, and then gets a Skushi. Just amazing work by the Russian. Next up we've got something that Hashimoto would be proud of. So a nice one-handed Sode, but puts the other hand around the back to get some more control. Here we have a good example of attacking after someone has immediately tried to attack you. So straight after the opponent attacks, he goes in for the Osoto. Here's the attack. And straight in. Boom. Probably one of the best pieces of Ashiwaza I've seen this year. Just incredible timing here. Perfect. Here we have a Kosodogake by Blue. Now this one was kind of difficult to understand at the beginning just because of how Blue rotates, but as you can see, there's the Ippon and he rotates over just to avoid the counter. And this one I included because it's a nice piece of newaza, just a good transition, and gets the Ippon here as he finally flattens out his opponent. Next up is Toth from Hungary. So fakes one direction and then turns in for the drop seoi nage. Left, right. Great control. Gets the Ippon. Here's a great example of what to do if you cannot finish your uranage. Just turn the corner, go in the opposite direction. You'll be able to finish it that way. Alright, next up we've got a classic Taotoshi here, probably how you would do it just when you're practicing Nagekomi. So 2 hands on the right side. And a lovely Sode Surikomi Goshi here. Drops down. Looks like she's not going to get it, but eventually manages to find her footing and push off for the Ippon. Alright guys, this is the last Ippon for the video. So like and subscribe. I'd like to get this video out there to as many people as possible. Surprise! There is a second video coming, and it's already available to my channel members, my YouTube channel members. So consider becoming a member if you want. It's just $1 a month, and you get lots of little perks, little things you can play with in the comments, belt system, and early access videos, of course. And that's it from me, guys. So have a good New Year's, have a good Christmas, and I'll see you later.